Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the Love and Lore podcast, the podcast where we spread love through sharing our stories and life lore. First of all, I would just like to wish you guys a happy new year. This is our first episode of 2026.
Exciting.
Yes, very, very exciting. And I have a very special guest, as you can see, and her name is Rebecca.
Hello. Hi, I'm Rebecca Vander Zalm. I am a singer-songwriter. I grew up in New Westminster, actually, which is where we're recording, so nice and local. But I'm going to school in New Jersey right now for musical theater, and then I'm pursuing music more on the side. I play guitar and I sing, and so I write my own original stuff, and I don't produce my music as of right now, but I hope to a bit more in the future. And yeah, I act in film as well. I love theater and film, and yeah, I'm excited to share
so
today.
Awesome. Also, I don't know if you know this about me, but I'm also a big theater kid. I
Awesome.
did drama in high school.
Love it.
So I can connect to you in that sense. And another funny backstory, I told you this earlier, but my cousin, Athea, shout out, is the one that introduced me to you because...
Yes, shout out Athea.
Athea, because she went to your high school. And I was telling, like, she knows that I love drama and theater. And she was like, oh my God, Ate Sophie, there's this girl that goes to my high school. And she's graduating this year. And she is really good at theater. She's so cool. And then her name is Rebecca Vander Zalm. And I was like, oh my God, that's really, really cool. And then I think the next day I was scrolling on my For You page. And then I saw one of your videos. I'm like, Athea, is this the girl? Is this the girl? It's the Mamma Mia video.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
Okay, that makes sense.
And she was like, yes, that's her. And I was like, she is so cool.
My random viral moment.
What really sparked your interest in theater? Did you have any influence and inspirations from family or anything like that?
Well, I grew up here with my whole family. I have two siblings and then my parents that live with me. My mom has always been quite good at music. She plays piano and she plays some guitar. She's always wanted to learn the banjo too. Has yet to do that. But she's a great singer as well. And so we do some music in church. That was always a common thing. And I grew up playing guitar, but I refused to learn any music theory. It was the same with voice lessons. I started when I was pretty young, but I also I hated doing music theory, which in hindsight, I really wish that I hadn't avoided because now I'm like trying to grasp it at 18, which is not that late, but enough that it's annoying. But yeah, I grew up here and my mom did some music. My dad didn't at all. But I've always been a very attention-seeking child, so I always liked being the center of attention, and I always liked music and singing and the idea of theater, but I didn't do any shows until grade 8. I did the Addams Family Junior. I was Wednesday, and it was during COVID, so we had to record it, and we all had masks on, and the video was so dark that you can like just kind of see our eyes in it because we all had like black masks. It was not really the best, but it was a fun experience, and it definitely got me a lot more into musical theater, and I've been doing shows since then. I started writing music when I was probably like 9. Whenever Grace Vanderwall won America's Got Talent.
Icon.
Literally, I was like, oh my gosh, I have to be her. Because I think I'm maybe like a year or two younger than her. But yeah, that sparked me. I was like, wait, I need to start now. So I started like writing music then, which is the same process as now where I do it on guitar and then I make up lyrics and melody and whatnot. Like it's not really theory based at all.
What a cute story.
Yeah.
So did your parents see that in you as well?
Yeah, my parents definitely supported whatever passions we had. Like I could do, well, we had to do an instrument when we were younger. And I also played basketball and lacrosse, but then I started theater. So I was finally allowed to quit sports, which was like, huzzah. Very exciting.
Your true colors have
Yes, I was like, fine, no more running.
The whole theory and music thing. I grew up playing piano.
Oh, yeah.
And theory was also something I never really enjoyed. But it's so interesting now that you're in a musical theater school program and you kind of have to learn theory, right?
Yeah, for musical theater, we had 1 semester of music theory that I just finished, and then we have sight singing next semester, but those are the only mandatory theory course bases that we have to do. So I'd say musical theater, you don't really have to have music theory. You just need to be able to like plunk out on piano any vocal line that you have to do, especially if there's not a cast recording. But I more want it for guitar because I want to actually progress, because the past like 3 years, I feel like I haven't really improved. It's more me just writing exactly at my level on guitar. So then I'm not really challenging myself and I don't know what I'm doing. Even if I make it more complicated, I want to know what it is that I'm doing and what elements I'm using.
We're going to bring that up later, too,
Yeah.
because a lot of your music does include guitar.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that's all composed by you, right?
Yeah,
And that's so
yeah.
awesome, the fact that you don't even know theory.
I have literally no idea. I know what the chord shapes are, and
Yeah.
like, so now I know like how all the key signatures work, which I know is the most basic thing ever, but I didn't before this semester. So
Impressive.
improvement has been made.
We're going to go on to your high school years because you started doing your whole musical theater and everything theater related in grade 8.
Yeah.
So first of all, it's really cool that high schools have drama. It's so important.
I know our
to
school
have
is a
drama.
very. I went to. Oh, do I dox myself? Maybe not. Okay, maybe I won't. But my school had a very good theater program, so
Yes.
I was very lucky.
Yes, actually, my cousin is performing
Wait,
next month.
what's
and she's
she
doing
in?
Teen Beach Movie.
Oh,
Teen
for the
Beach-
dance show?
Yeah, it's like a dance
Yes,
show.
yes.
And I'm seeing that. So your program is awesome.
Exciting.
Very,
exciting.
very happy that we have stuff like this. It's so important for kids to have an outlet like drama.
Yeah.
Did you know what you wanted to do after high school?
I'd say in grade 9 and 10, anytime somebody asked, I'd be like, oh, well, I'll see where I am. I would normally say like with acting and theater by grade 12, because I always wanted to do something in that realm, but I didn't know really what major I wanted to do. But I really do like film, but I don't know that I'd want a whole degree in acting. I don't think that's like, I don't think I could focus solely on acting because I can learn more on the job for that. But yeah, I always want to do something in the performance industry, whether it was music or acting or musical theater.
Honestly, like same here as well. I was always really into the arts, but I just never knew. I even considered drama. I know Langara had some programs as well.
Yeah, like
so-
Studio 58,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah, Studio 58.
I went to an info session.
Oh, did you?
I did my research.
Aw. Did you ever receive over the years any sort of criticism, if you're open to sharing that? Because I know the arts isn't something that is very like highly, like, I don't know, it's always STEM or it's always politics or whatever.
Yeah, for like the intellectual nature of it, I guess. It's
Yes,
not as
yes.
respected always.
Yes. Also, the prospects of getting a job is very difficult as well. So,
Yeah.
so with all that being said, was there anything that you went through that challenged your dreams?
Yeah, I think I haven't really had that many exterior people telling me like, you need to choose a safer job, blah, blah, blah. Because my parents have always been very supportive of it. Especially, I'm lucky enough to have the financial stability where it's not a huge risk for me to go into a field that doesn't have jobs lined up right away. But yeah, I would say a lot of it is also internal. Like, I'm not that sure that I'm going to succeed in whether it's music or theater or if I'm going to have to pivot at some point, which is realistic. Like, that's what it is. But I think that, yeah, the people in my life have been quite supportive. It's like the random, like, oh, maybe some random people at church that are like, oh, are there jobs in that industry? But nothing too crazy. Like, I feel like people are normally quite on board with it. Mm-hmm. It's really what you make of it. Any program that you do, you're going to probably get the same things out of because it's the work that you put into it, which with most programs, it's like that. Like, you can have different opportunities in different places, but if you choose to go practice your ballet on your own, you're going to improve. And if you choose to sing your song on your own or, whatever, for any program, it's the work you put into it. Yeah. So I think it's the same with this. There are jobs, and you will get them if you choose to put in the same amount of work that somebody in engineering is putting in to pass their classes. It's just that in the arts, for schools at least, you don't have to put in that much work to pass and to get the degree. But to be at a workable skill set, you do have to put in extra work that's not being graded and that you're not going to see in academic validation. So it's different. You just need self-motivation. And I think it is a very feasible option. Like, even film, there's a lot of money in film. There's not really in theater unless you're on Broadway. But like, even people that have gone to my school, they are on Broadway, but they're not living lavishly. Like, if you're famous and you're on Broadway, then you're going to make money. But yeah, I don't know. It's what you make of it.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, it's always what you make of it, no matter what path you go down, right? And something that I want to touch on later, I just feel like you were born for it.
Oh my!
You just have that
thank
energy,
you.
like, girl. Really,
Thank you.
I really do hope you do make it far, and we'll
Thank
get
you.
more into that later. So, yeah, thanks for sharing that
No
as
problem.
well. And I'm really glad that your family is very supportive of it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
that
me
your
too.
school like provided you with a really safe space
Yeah.
to express yourself
Yeah.
like that. In high school, did you play any other than Wednesdays thing? Did you play other roles? And
Yeah, when I was actually in the school, the ones that I did at school, we did in grade 10, we did Shrek the Musical, and I was Shrek.
I think I saw that. It was like one of your TikToks where it's like your canon event is playing a male role.
Yes, exactly. I was Shrek. And then, funny enough, a different high school, what city? Maybe it was in Surrey. I don't even remember. A different high school, after we finished our show, reached out saying that their Shrek had quit. Like somebody that was playing it, and their show was in a month. And so then they hired me to be their Shrek again. So then I was Shrek like twice in like 3 months.
I love that. Was it the same play too, or?
Yeah, it was the exact same script. Okay. And like they hadn't really blocked all the scenes, so they would just kind of ask me what I did in mine. So it was more or less me just like recreating it on a smaller scale.
They trusted you with that Shrek,
I was like, thank you guys. I have my Scottish accent still.
Any other roles?
Yeah, we did in grade 11 High School Musical, and I was Troy.
Another male character.
All these boys. And then we did Mamma Mia in grade 12, and I was Donna. And outside of school, I did... I did Matilda Jr., and I was Miss Trunchbull, which is also a male role.
Guys. Oh my gosh.
Guys, this is why I'm an alto now.
Theme.
No, literally. And then we did Sound of Music Jr., and I was Mother Abbess. So finally a woman. That's like soprano, too. I was like, wait, guys.
So singing roles, too. Did you have a choir background in high school, too?
Yeah, at high school, I did 2 different choirs. In grade 9, I did vocal jazz, and then 10, 11, 12, I did chamber choir every year.
For those of you who don't know, chamber is like top-tier choir, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know if it is at our school.
Really? Well, in my school it was.
Yeah.
But that's really impressive.
Yeah, it was fun.
Again, vocal range. Alto to soprano to Shrek.
Yeah, Shrek.
You can do it all. What was your favorite?
My favorite, I think that they're all very different experiences, but Shrek and Mamma Mia were the biggest 2 shows because those are like the main stage shows at our school where we get to perform at Massey Theater, which is like 1,200 seats. Yes. So those ones are like the biggest budget ones. And just Shrek and Donna were very different roles to play, where I think that I learned the most when I got to play Shrek because I'd never been in a show that big, and I never, I guess, led such a big group of people because the other shows I'd done, they were all like double cast or triple cast, whereas at school they didn't have that. There was just the one cast. Yeah, I don't know. There was a lot of different physicality and like vocal things that I had never learned, and I could still do my accent. Same with Miss Trunchbull. I'll always have the accents.
Oh, yeah. It always sticks with you, doesn't it? I think we can talk about Mamma Mia now, because that is where I first saw her online presence. So you played Donna. The video that blew up on TikTok was you singing, I think, Winner Takes It All. Or
Probably. There was a couple. There was one that was slipping through my fingers. It's because I, like, purposely put a relatable caption where it was, like, senior and sophomore. Yeah, senior and sophomore duo. And I totally did that because I was like, yeah, people will repost this.
Oh, yeah. And it did
And it worked, and it worked. And then I had one of, like, me and Christian, who he played Sam. We both tripped during the show. There was one where he bailed at the end, and me where I tripped going up the stairs. So I had a little video of that. There was a couple. I was banging them out.
How was it like playing that role altogether?
Yeah, I think that it was, especially because it was in my senior year, and the girl that was playing Sophie, we are good friends still and at the time. So it did feel like I could really step into the motherly role. Though I'm 18, clearly I have not experienced it in such a strong regard. But being able to feel like, I don't know, a mom or a leader to other people that are in the show and that are younger or maybe haven't even done much theater. Elise has, who played Sophie. Like, she's amazing, but it was still such a bonding experience, and getting to take such responsibility for my work and for the people around me was really important to me, and I'm very grateful to have had that. And vocally, I think it was the most challenging one I've had because finally it was actually a female register. Like, the rest were all just like male, like chest voice stuff, which is I guess hard in a different sense, but not really. Whereas I spent a lot of time with my voice teacher, especially on Winner Takes It All. Like, we had like 6 or 7 months of rehearsal for the show. And I was like, Peter, can we work on Winner Takes It All again? Like, every month or every week. Like, it was not there at the beginning. So this is a reminder, like, you know what, put in the time and you actually will progress, especially in voice, because that can be frustrating because it's not like you don't know when you have the skill because it kind of falls back.
And I actually saw your YouTube video of the full Winner Takes It All
Oh, yeah.
performance. And guys, check it out because her voice is amazing.
Thank you.
It was my heart was like on my chest. No, my hand was on my heart the
Oh
entire
my gosh,
time.
thank you.
And she's just born for this stage. Like, it was so amazing, and you embodied Donna so beautifully.
Thank you.
So yeah, and I also watched did you have Slipping Through Your Fingers on YouTube too, or?
Possibly. I don't know. Oh, no, I had One of Us. Probably.
Okay, yes.
Yeah.
I watched those, and again, really awesome. So that blew up, and that's how I discovered you.
Yes.
And then after that, I just binged a lot of your TikToks, and her room, if you guys look at her room, it's awesome.
It's me sitting alone in my room having nothing to do. I'm like, okay, I'm going to make content and be famous.
Literally, yeah.
I'm not famous enough yet. We'll see. One day.
One day.
One day where I can go on tour with my music. That's the goal.
The more I discovered you, I realized you had some songs out. But before we go on to that, let's just talk about your after high school journey.
Yeah.
And how that intermingled with music making. Because I think you started making music before you went to uni, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
at the beginning of this year in January, and then I graduated in June.
Yes. Mm-hmm. So first of all, that's very impressive that you started before graduating.
Thank you.
It's very rare that you see people in high school start off a career, let alone a career in this industry. So very impressive. Hats off to you.
Thanks.
So yeah, what sparked your interest in making music, and what was your first experience like making your own songs and reaching out to labels and putting yourself on Spotify and all these music platforms and comments from other people and internal stuff? So it's a big, broad thing to talk about, but let's slowly walk through it all from beginning to where you are now.
Awesome. Yeah, I started releasing music this year. I released my first song, Take Me Back, in January. And the first 3 songs were for my capstone project, because at the end of high school, you have to do something. And I always wanted to release music, so I knew that if I had a deadline and I had a grade waiting for it, that I would actually finish it. Because unfortunately, I'm so motivated by like academic validation, even though I'm in the arts. I know if I'm going to be graded on something like in music theory this semester, I'll get it done. But if I have to just do it on my own, sometimes I am not as motivated, which is annoying, but we'll move past it eventually, and then I'll have motivation. But yeah, I released Take Me Back in January, and then I think for the next 2 or 3 months, I released another song. I did Take Me Back, and then I think Evergreens, and then Safe, possibly is the order. Something like that. Those were the 3. And then I did my capstone presentation on those. But those 3 I produced just myself in my garage. I used the software Soundtrap, where it's very user-friendly. And I just would use my guitar and voice. I didn't really edit it much or add anything else into it because those are the only instruments that I know. So I was playing it safe. And then after that, I had like a friend of a friend reach out. Well, it was somebody that, it's kind of confusing. Okay, I auditioned for a school, Point Park, and I'd been accepted there, and so I'd kind of like gotten to know some other people that were accepted there. And so this one guy reached out saying that his friend produces music and that I should reach out to them. So I did, and so they're still the person that I work with. Shout out Eden. But yeah, so that's who's producing it for me right now. So I'll send them like a demo of me playing music and the voice part, and then tell them kind of what instruments I want or what the vision is, and they're amazing. And then they put it all together without the voice, and then I record the vocals and send it back to them, and we work from there.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's where I'm at right now. Like I don't have management or any kind of labels or anything. Any person can distribute music on their own. I use DistroKid as my distributor, so you pay like a yearly fee, and then you can release as many songs as you want. And anyone can do it. Anyone can be verified on Spotify. It's literally just you have to release a song, and then you'll have a verified account. So it's a lot easier to do on their own, like on your own, than one would think. I was always very intimidated by it, but especially because you have like one product, and now this is the song, and everyone's going to hear this version of it forever, which is very different from live performance, where it's different every night, and so you don't have to hold on to one finished product. But yeah, I've been having a lot of fun with that, and I want to learn how to produce better than I am now, like for my self-produced stuff. But yeah, I'm hoping to minor in it eventually at school for
So awesome.
music production. We'll see.
Yeah, congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, even for me, like when I created the podcast, navigating the creators platform was way easier than I thought.
Yeah.
It always looks so scary.
It just
until you do
depends,
it.
what site you use. Because I don't know how to use Logic or like there's Pro Tools and all.
Oh, yeah.
I
No.
no idea, and I'm so sorry, and I should learn. And
you're
one
okay.
day.
Was there a moment in your head that kind of clicked, like, let's finally do it? Was there any doubt before releasing your first song, or did you just kind of go for it? What was the mindset?
Well, I don't like being there with people when they listen to it, like to the recording. I hate when people play it in front of me because I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so awkward, and I'm like sweating. So I made sure that Take Me Back was released when I wasn't in town because I didn't want people to play it in front of me. So I was in Los Angeles with my dad auditioning for schools when Take Me Back was released. It was just me and my dad. So I know he listened to it when I was there, and like he was super supportive. But I think that the hardest part for me is like seeing people react to it or listen to it in person. Like that's what makes me so nervous. Yeah. Wait, what was your question? I feel
no, all good. You're all good. That's so valid, by the way. Like when my dad plays my own episodes in front of me, I have to Dad, listen to it later. Not right now.
Or the people are like, oh, can I watch a short film you're in? I'm like, girl, no.
Yeah, but I think my question was like, before releasing your first song, was there ever any doubt? And was there a moment that kind of clicked where it's like, let's just do it and just see where it goes?
I think once I committed to doing it for my capstone, I was like all in. I don't think I had doubt about doing it in general. I just didn't know at what level my goal was going to be. Like originally I wanted to do a whole album for my capstone, and then after trying to record my first one, I was like, we ain't getting like 12 songs out of this in 3 months. So I did a couple singles instead, which I'm glad I did because I think I learned more from going through the process like 3 separate times with releasing them and like trying to get them on playlists and things like that separately and pitching them like through Spotify. You can pitch them, so then they'll put them on playlists. But I think, I learned more other than, like, instead of doing a whole album where I think it would have kind of overloaded it and then it would be more quantity over quality. Yeah.
You were applying to universities as you were producing your songs,
Yeah.
right?
It was a busy year.
What was, because I think you mentioned in a video that you applied for like 25 schools. So
Yeah.
could you walk us through that whole journey?
Musical theater auditions for schools is like its whole thing. It is like running a marathon while you do your senior year. So I think I applied academically and with essays to maybe 12 originally, 12 or 15. And then so you have to submit academically like any other regular school application has that. And then you also have to do pre-screen videos, which is like you have to do like 2 songs, like 1 or 2 monologues and a dance video that you have to submit, and a wild card, so you can do one of whatever you want. You have to submit that to like 90% of the schools. And then if you pass your pre-screens, then you get a live audition. So I think I passed most of them, except like Carnegie Mellon, I only got an acting audition, and Syracuse, I only got acting, and I didn't pass Ithaca and CCM. No one cares about what schools. Okay. Anyway, so like some of them I didn't pass, whatever. Then you book your live auditions, and there's a thing called unified auditions, which is a bunch of schools will go to one place. Like they have one in New York, Chicago, and Los Angeles. So most of the schools in the U.S. will go to that one place for one weekend. They'll all be in like a hotel or at Pearl Studios in New York, which is where like all like Broadway auditions are all there too. And you'll audition for like all your schools basically within the span of like 4 days. So I think I went to New York first with my dad, and I did, I don't know how many, maybe like 12 auditions there. And then we also did the Los Angeles one. I did like probably around 12. But there's also walk-in auditions at those where if they have open time, you don't have to have applied. You can just audition for the school. And then if you decide, you can apply after. Or they can tell you that you're accepted on the spot. Like some of them that weren't as competitive did. But most of those were for acting. A lot of the walk-ins were for acting. So any of the acting programs I auditioned for, I did not originally apply. I only originally applied for musical theater. But that is how I had so many schools that I auditioned for. And then I had a couple that were online auditions that I had to do for my house. Like the one in Toronto, because maybe it's a 3-hour time difference. Ooh, I don't know. Whatever it is, I think it might be because it's near New York and that's 3 hours. I had to wake up and do my audition at like 5 or 6 a.m. in my garage because it must have been 5 a.m. because it was 8 a.m. for them. Wow. So I was like learning the dance call at 5 a.m. on Zoom in my garage. I got into that school though, so it was worth it. Good. But yeah, I don't know. It was mostly the planning that was the most stressful part, like figuring out when I'm going to book all my audition slots. And then some of them have slightly different rules about what material you can do. Like the song has to be written before this year, some people did not want any classical musical theater songs. They only want contemporary things. So it's more like knowing what you have to have for each school and like going in and still acting like this one school is your top choice kind of to everyone. But I don't know. It was fine. It was definitely a unique experience that I hope I don't have to do again, but I learned from it the first time.
Musical theater, the whole process just sounds so, like, it's so intense.
You just have to cast a very wide net because so many of the programs are so small. Like the one I'm at is 30 kids per year. And there's some, like Carnegie Mellon is probably the most competitive one, and that's like 10 or 15 kids a year out of like 3,000 applicants, they said. So they are insane. So that's why you have to apply to so many, because there's like, even if let's say there's 400 kids in total auditioning, if all the schools are only taking like 30 kids, you still have to apply to so many. Yeah.
So wow. First of all, congratulations.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Did you want to tell them which school you ended up getting
into?
I'm
going to Rider University right now. I just finished my first semester. So that's been great. I really like the curriculum there. And I feel like it's a good fit for musical theater. I just don't know what I want my final goal to be yet, which I think is why I've had a hard time being so satisfied with my education. Is not that there's any problem with the school. I just don't know if I want to do music more heavily than I am right now.
So right now you're more acting focused over there?
Yeah, it's a musical theater program, so it's like singing, acting, dancing. But other than the one music theory class, we don't have to do anything else.
Right. Yeah. So she's all the way in New Jersey, guys.
In New Jersey.
Yeah. How's life been over there, away from home?
Well, I hate being away from home. I was so much more homesick than I thought I would be. Like the first month, I was like, okay, it's fine. It's just like it'll pass. But like even in the last month before I was coming home, I was just like so excited to come home because I didn't come home until the end of the semester because we had like 1 5-day break for American Thanksgiving, which is the end of November.
Right.
So I was like, I'm not doing this 6-hour flight like 3 times in 2 weeks because our break was so close. So yeah, I stayed there for the full 3 months and I was so homesick and I don't have a car there, which for me was a big deal because here my family is a minivan. So I'll just like, okay, I'm taking the minivan. I'm going to the thrift store or whatever I want. Yeah. And so it was very different level of freedom. Because there's like transit, but you can't walk anywhere off campus. It's like a highway. Yeah. So I have to mooch off my friends with cars.
But I'm glad that you've had a pretty comfortable experience.
Yeah, it's been pretty good. And there's a train to New York that's only an hour and a half. So I went to New York like 5 times. So that was great. And that's one of the reasons that I chose the school was because out of the ones I got into, it was the closest to New York. So I was like, if I'm going far from home, I might as well get to be near the city.
Now we're going to jump more into her music. And right now she's just looking through.
I'm looking. We're fact checking. Okay, yes. Take Me Back, then Evergreens, then Safe. When You've Made It, I Will Be Here. And then my EP called Baby Steps that has 5 songs.
5 songs.
Including I Will Be Here.
Yes.
There
awesome. First of all, congratulations on all the songs.
Thank you.
I've listened to them a lot, actually.
Thank you. Oh my gosh, I appreciate it.
Of course. And on YouTube, you have the Yap song sessions.
Yeah, my new song on Yap.
Yes, I watched those as well. And just hearing the stories behind each song, I resonated with a lot of them, actually.
Thank you.
So the first song you ever released was Take Me Back.
Yes.
So what was the story behind that and the meaning?
Yeah, well, I was graduating that year, but that whole song was about how I really just yearned to go back to being younger. And even though I'm not that old, like I say younger as if I'm like 100 years old, but I'm 18, but it's hard to like go through the transition from high school to university just because it's going from somebody taking care of you to you taking care of yourself and having to make all the decisions of your own life, and you don't know whether anything is right or wrong. And so I think that song was my ode to childhood and how I wish that I could go back and the things that I'm scared of. There's even a line in it that I'm scared of New York, scared I'll never change. I don't technically live in New York anyways now, but it's still so the fear of going after what you really want, because then it makes the failure more tangible. Like it makes it a reality. Whereas if you play it safe and when you're young and there's not really the opportunity to take big risks, everything is safer and it's easier. Yeah.
Do you have a yap sesh for that, actually? That song?
I probably do because it was the first one. I must have.
Take me back. I think Take Me Back did not have a yap sesh.
Wait, you're so real it doesn't. Maybe I should make one. I should go back and make one.
This was the yap sesh for that.
Yes,
yeah,
exactly.
listen to Take Me Back, her first ever song.
Yes.
That was her capstone, wasn't it?
Yeah, I had Take Me Back, Safe, and Evergreens were in my capstone.
Yeah. I don't think Evergreens had a yap sesh. I think
no, it didn't.
And we'll talk about it.
Yeah.
Okay, your next one was, what was it?
Oh, Evergreens. Evergreens.
What was the backstory for that one?
Evergreens? Okay, this one gets like commonly misinterpreted, I guess. Well, by my mom was misinterpreted. That's the only person that's ever asked about this. But the song itself, it was actually inspired by, I'm so sorry to my sister that now I'm giving your information to the internet. This is like a trauma dump also. Okay, my sister had cancer. She's alive now though. Now, as if she wasn't before. But it was about like me imagining the hard parts of the experience where you're forced to go through something that is so life-altering and so hard, and everyone's calling you strong, but you didn't actually have the choice of going through it or not. So yeah, the whole song is about just that it's meaningless for people to tell you that you're brave and you're strong and you're some kind of special when you're not choosing to push through something, you just kind of have to. So that's what that one was.
Safe has a yap sesh.
Yes, it probably does.
Yeah, if you want to do a deeper dive into that, you can watch her yap sesh for that. And I did take some notes on that, and I did have some comments. Okay, yeah, so you were talking about how this was kind of like your 25 school audition process.
Yes.
Safe. So
it was after I got rejected from Penn State.
Yeah.
I crashed out in my garage. I was like sobbing because it was one of my last rejections. And like, honestly, I didn't get into any of my top schools. Rider was my top school out of the ones I got into, but it wasn't on my like top list to begin with. And so I like had a really hard time coping with that because at the time I wasn't really in the mindset of, oh, it's what you make of it. I was more, I want to go to Carnegie Mellon. Like, I want to be in the best school that anyone could go to. But yeah, it was really hard to deal with the fact that I wasn't better than everyone else, I guess, as everyone hopes that they are and everyone hopes that they're special. But it was, the song is about facing the industry that you're in, and that a lot of it's not personal, but it's still going to be what it is. Like, you're going to look wrong for a part and you're going to sound not how they want, and you can't be perfect for everything, but you can't play it safe. Safe, oh my gosh. You can't play it safe in the industry or else nothing will happen. You're going to take risks, and some of the risks are going to fail, and then you're going to wish that you didn't take a risk, but then some are going to work, and some people that you reach out to actually will respond to you. And yeah, I don't know. I think that me putting myself out there is what's gotten me any success that I've had now. I'm not satisfied where I'm at now yet either, and I don't think anyone ever really is. There's always going to be wanting more and wanting something different than you have. But I think I would have a further journey to go than I do right now if I didn't ever put myself out there.
Yeah, totally. I love the back message behind that too. It talks about like a lot of the uncertainties of the industry.
Yeah,
so,
you don't know. You don't know if you're gonna fail. You just everyone just acts like they know they're not going to. No one knows.
Next song you had, what was it?
When You've Made It?
When You've Made It.
I think so.
Yes.
So this one was actually positive. So when I'm playing anything live and I'm like sounding depressing, I'm like, wait, let's pull it out. When You've Made It. This one is about not rushing into having everything so early in life, because I always feel like I'm behind in everything, and I just want to achieve everything now. I want to get to be on Broadway now and be a famous singer now. But if you do everything now, then what is there for the next 60 years of your life? If you get to discover everything and feel everything now, nothing will be new as long as you're on this earth. So it's the chorus is, what do you do when you've made it? Oh, and what kind of words could explain it? Tide rolls in and out of the shoreline all the same.
It's so cool hearing you say it in front of me. Like
I'm monologuing it. Oh, and how to account for the next 5 years when all your life was working for here, and in 5 minutes your time resets again. How to account for the next 5 years when all your life was working for here. That, I think, encompasses it the most. It's like, what are you going to do in 5 years if you have everything now, if you've nothing to work towards? So I think it's being grateful for having something to work towards and not having everything to give you motivation and give you direction in life. You can't have it all yet.
I think you also talked about the things that stay constant in your life, like family and friends as well. So
And exactly that. And like the shoreline thing, whatever I just said. Okay, I don't remember now. I forgot my own lyric. Yeah, the things like your family and your friends are going to stay constant, and those actually are going to be the most important things. And the people that support you the most and that actually truly know you, not from people just seeing you online more and having 100,000 followers. They don't know you the same as the people that you've grown up with and the people that believed in you before you had any kind of success. They're going to stay the same. And so if the important things are already here, why do you have to push all the time to have all your success and all these, I guess, more materialistic versions of happiness? Yeah, I don't know. That the important things are going to be here now, and they're going to be here when you're successful, but to appreciate them in the moment. Yeah.
Beautiful. I really like
that. Makes sense. So polite.
Yeah. I think also coming from my perspective, starting social media, it's like you really just want to achieve everything so quickly.
Because it's so easy to see everyone that's had success already.
Yes.
Because those are the people that are highlighted. You're not seeing the 1,000 other people that have slightly less success than you. Like,
yeah. And I also think you talked about this in your Yap Sesh, but the whole status thing, like, even though you've booked the show or got the followers,
nothing is ever satisfying.
Nothing's satisfying.
No.
And everything is still the same.
Yes.
Yeah.
I still feel the same about myself that I did a year ago. And in my career, I've technically progressed. This year, I think I've had the most progress than I ever had, but I feel like I'm in the same situation.
Yeah.
In the summer, I did a commercial and I did a movie. And it was an amazing experience, and I'm really excited because the movie will come out sometime in 2026, I guess.
Guys.
Hopefully. Lay me by the shore. But I don't know. I still feel like I'm going to I have the same hurdles of trying to book any job. Even though I had those technically, it still feels like the same challenge every time.
Yeah. You're always kind of looking at what's next.
Exactly.
When it's like you're just the same person.
Especially because you're just basically a contractor. In the entertainment industry, it's not consistent. Like, even if you are like a more well-known artist, everyone falls off at some points and they're not the number one song because everyone can't be the number one song. And so there's always going to be lower moments or booking any show. Even if you're on Broadway, it's still not job security. Your contract's going to end, and so you need to be auditioning while you're performing, trying to find your next thing. So it's like your whole life is leading to the next thing, and then when you're in that thing, you have to look for the next thing. And it's like suffocating. It's really hard. So I don't know. Being able to reel yourself in and live in the moment, which I have a really hard time with. Like, I get so much anxiety and insecurity out of the fact that I'm always looking for the next thing. And even if it's not to make money, it's just to progress my career or feel like I'm improving.
And feed your passions and having to keep going with it, right?
Yeah.
So,
it's rough. It's rough out there.
It is rough out there, guys. But no, it's a really realistic take on, again, the industry and the mental battles that people in the industry go through. Your next one, what was after?
I Will Be Here, I think.
Here. And this one has a music video.
Yes, music video.
This is part of your EP as well.
Yes. Yeah. So I Will Be Here was written about my drama teacher in high school, Miss Monty, because she has been like an actual second mother to me. Like, I think she's like the second most important woman in my life that's not my mother. And she has taught me so much and shown me so much like unconditional love and support. And I think that she believes in me more than anyone. Like, truly in her heart, she thinks that I'll succeed in this. And I think having somebody that that is not lying to you or like just trying to convince you, but believes to themselves that you are going to succeed is like what you need, especially in this industry, in anything in life, but in this industry where there's so many people that will tell you like, oh, you're not really that different than everyone. But it was written about Miss Monty, about, well, I knew that I was going to move away. I didn't know where, but I hadn't applied anywhere near my house, and I knew I wanted to go for musical theater. So the chorus lyrics, let me monologue them for you again.
Yes, please.
I will be here, not in my body, but in my years, and all your fears linger here. About that her teaching and every way that she's inspired me will stay with me wherever I am, even though she might not physically be wherever I am, that everything she's done and every bit of our relationship can still be taken with me. And yeah, that's what the song was written about. It's called I Will Be Here. And then I made a music video for it, which the process, like the fact that I got to make a music video was insane because that came about when I submitted to like audition for a character in a short film, just in a like indie project that was happening in Vancouver. And I auditioned and I didn't get the part. They emailed me and said that they were going with somebody else, but I always attach my Instagram whenever I'm applying to anything that's like not through my agent because I think it represents me better than any of my headshots. And they reached out saying that they went with somebody else, but that they would love to make a music video with me and that they looked through all my stuff. And so Maddie, which was the director, she's amazing, got a whole crew together because they went to Vancouver Film School. And so it was completely free for me. That's like so awesome. We made, yeah, exactly. We cast a younger version of me, Kira. She was so amazing to work with. It was super fun. And yeah, they built like all the sets and they found the location and the day and they had all the camera equipment. And yeah, I got any kind of creative say that I wanted in it. And it was an amazing and very unique process. I haven't had that opportunity before.
That's so awesome.
Yeah.
The music video turned out amazing.
Thank you.
And yeah, I loved it. And the people that were sitting in the chairs, those were the actors from the film school, or were they?
No, the extras in that one. I made a video on TikTok and Instagram, and I asked if anyone wants to come be an extra because I thought that'd be a fun way to meet some people that maybe do follow me online or that have supported that I've never met them. And so we got like, oh my gosh, 6, 7. Bro, this keeps coming up 6, 7. 6 or 7 extras. And like one guy that went to my school, he was in Mamma Mia. He came and was in it. Yeah. So they were mostly people that I didn't know, but it was really fun. I'm doing another music video January 10th. So shout out. What's it called? Isn't enough. Okay, how am I forgetting my own song? Okay, whenever this is out, at the end of January,
keep a lookout.
Go stream. Hopefully it's out.
Yes. I actually wanted to go back to your teacher, Miss
Monty.
Did you get to visit her since you're back?
Yeah.
Here?
Yeah, I saw her. I went to her house, and Elise is her daughter, who played Sophie in Mamma Mia. So I went to their house. Yeah, we hung out for like 4 hours, had some tea. Spilled the tea, told her everything about school. I got to hear about all the stuff they're doing right now. But yeah, we're like family friends too now. Like we were a bit before I went to high school because my sister also was in the theater program and my mom knows her quite well. But now we've gotten a lot closer. So yeah.
And
we'll definitely
what was her
see her.
reaction to the music video?
I actually went to her house and put it on the TV to watch it with her the first time. And she was like, okay, Miss Monty cries at everything. So cool. I was like, okay, I knew this would happen. But yeah, she wasn't like sobbing or anything, but yeah, she was definitely tearing up because I think it meant a lot to both of us. And it's always nice to acknowledge somebody's impact that they've had on your life. And yeah, it was cool.
That's so sweet. Yes. And I want to talk about that too, the whole meaning behind her in the song. Yeah. Because when you're trying to make it out here in this industry, especially, the little words matter. Everything, you notice everything. So I really do see where you're coming from. Like that one person that sticks with you and the fact that you made a song about her, it's just so sweet. And I really, really feel like it impacted her as it should have.
Hopefully. Yes. After I Will Be Here is when the EP came out. So that was in August, because then I played a little show for it the same day. So August 17th, I believe. The EP was called Baby Steps. So EP is just like a smaller album, basically. There was I Will Be Here, Life Size Doll, Replaceable, Crooked, and Special.
Ooh.
Those were all the ones included on there. Okay, Life Size Doll. A lot of mine have the theme of like feeling like I want to be younger again. But Life Size Doll is, well, the first lyric is, I'm playing dress up with a grown-up mannequin. My hands outgrew my favorite mittens. What's happening? My room used to be bigger. Guess now I just take up more space. And it's about that I still feel like I'm a young kid. I don't know. It's like there's so much responsibility on you. But I feel like I'm still in high school and like I want somebody to make decisions for me, and it feels like I'm just playing pretend that I'm older and know what I'm doing, because I don't know. I can look confident online. I don't know what I even want to do with the rest of my life, what program I want to end up in. I don't know if I'll go to Rider for 4 years or if I'll pivot and do a different major or a different school. I am so unsure, as I think a lot of people are when you start university. And so it's about putting on the facade that you know what you're doing and that you're an old and mature person when you kind of just feel as lost as you were when you were younger.
And I think you also mentioned that you wanted it to be sort of related to the cover of your
album.
I
literally wrote it because I took the
There we go, guys.
I took the picture for the cover art before I wrote Life Size Doll, and I was carrying a doll in this creepy, Raggedy Ann doll I found in my crawl space that I think was my mom's. And I was like, wait, this low-key is matching me. And I looked like a dressed up doll. And
Life-size doll.
Exactly. So I was like, wait, I have to write something that relates to this, which sounds so uninspiring, but is actually what started it. But I really liked the song, and maybe it wouldn't have existed if I didn't dress like that on that.
Yeah, and again, it's a really important song too.
Yeah.
So. And it relates to a lot of your journey too.
Yeah, so. No, it definitely fits the theme of most of them. The next one is Replaceable.
Yes.
This one. Okay, so I was in my first relationship in the summer, and I'm not going to dox him because we're friends, and he's a great person, but in it, I think we weren't really that compatible as partners. And so I wrote this actually, unfortunately, like early in the relationship too. It wasn't even later. I'm so sorry. But Replaceable is about feeling like you don't have as open and honest of conversation as that you wish you did. Like I felt like he just wouldn't really talk to me, or not talk to me. Like we'd have conversations, but we would have conversations, but I didn't feel like they were ever very deep. And when I was upset, he wouldn't really ask me what's wrong and try and get to the bottom of it and improve our relationship. It was more we'd kind of sit in the silence and awkwardness of it. And then I feel like I would push past all the problems I had with the relationship because I knew I was moving away and we weren't going to do long distance. So there were things that we both put up with that we wouldn't have if we had in our mind that it was going to be long-term, but we both knew it wasn't. So Replaceable is about feeling like you don't mean that much and that you're replaceable. You're just there for the moment. Yeah, which was what it was. It's true. We're still friends, and he's a great person to be friends with, but we both knew that in a sense we were both replaceable because we weren't going to get married or anything. It was more for fun, but it's been really hard. And it's hard to move on from that, even if you weren't in love with the person. Moving on from any kind of romantic relationship is really hard. So don't do dumb things and get into relationships with people that you could see yourself marrying. That's my advice.
I think it's really cool that you have a song based on relationships because a lot of your songs were mostly about
They're mostly not about that.
Yeah.
Because I'd never been with anyone before that.
Yeah.
Maybe 1 or 2 random dates, but yeah.
In your little yap sesh, you also talked about how something about sitting in the dark and choosing
what's the beginning? Where do you run to when your world is falling apart? Would you try to find me, or are you happy alone in the dark? That's I felt like sometimes he didn't actually do anything. I feel like I'm doxing Kate. Let's pretend it's about a made-up person, because some elements of it I'm sure I embellished for lyricism. But sometimes it's being worried that somebody would rather nothing over wanting you. Like, they'd rather be by themselves than go out of their way to spend time with you, which isn't always true. And this person was actually did give up lots of things. And they're a great, this is me trying, like, I really like this person as a person, not as a relationship. But yeah, it's feeling replaceable, and like that it's not you that's special to this person. It's just you're here at this moment. But sometimes they'd rather nothing than rather you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I think there was also a thing about when they're with other people, it's easier for them.
Yeah, like I know with
you.
his friends, they all have different boys. Boys have different humor than they're gonna have with you. But like, yeah, everything comes so easily with his friends, and like they're also very different than me. I didn't really get along with them because we're so different. Yeah. But yeah, I felt like he could be himself and like be super talkative, have not real conversations. They're still boys. Bruh. Obviously, boys don't have thoughts.
Literally.
No. But, like, it would all come easy, and he would just have fun with them. And then I felt like he would have to put in work to, like, have fun with me, you know? Like, we had to be doing something. And, like, our conversation didn't just flow like that. Because we weren't even interested in the same things. Mm-hmm. We were really good friends before it, so we knew each other really well, but we weren't into the same things. Yeah. So you kind of have to work to have anything.
Which,
meaningful.
It should be effortless.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Which is, so it's good to be friends with somebody like that, but it's not great to base a relationship on it. Okay, Crooked, I wrote for my grade 11 talent show, which I won. Haha. I didn't win the next year, though. I came in third the next year.
You've won a lot of other things since then, so it's all good.
Crooked was about feeling like I'm never going to progress and that I'm just stuck in a loop of like tricking myself into thinking I'm progressing in things when I'm really being lazy, which is still such a big fear of mine. Like, I'm so insecure about the fact that I don't have music theory and guitar, because I feel like it's really just me being lazy is why I don't have it, because I don't want to focus and learn it, which is true. So I need to do that. That's on me. Okay, skip next. Special. Oh, this is about, like, you have to be delusional to be successful in this industry, because you have to kind of believe you're better than you are without being narcissistic. But Special is about hating what's it called? I guess the cycle of you have to believe in yourself and like be your biggest cheerleader, but you can't be narcissistic. But also you can't say it out loud because you need other people to tell you that you are. But you also can't rely on other people like giving you validation, and that there's really no winning. And so the whole song's about me basically saying, hey, I'm special, but I'm going to bite my tongue and not say it until you tell me that I'm something amazing. Sometimes I feel special. Sometimes I don't at all. But this is just that's the reality of it. Like, I'm going to put online as if I always think I'm special, which I do not. Sometimes you feel it, sometimes you don't.
Yeah. Again, this alludes back to the whole industry, right? How tough
it's rough out there.
It is rough out there. And also, I think Special is my favorite in terms of the actual music component.
Yeah, the production is the best on that one. That one was all Eden. Thank you, Eden Thompson, very much. All I did was sing on it. Like, well, I wrote the guitar. Like, I wrote the song. But, like, the drums and stuff, hallelujah.
Beautiful.
Because I didn't release that one earlier. I think I wrote it a lot earlier than that. But I had it written in like March, but I didn't release it because I really wanted to find a way to have drums on it. And so then I found Eden after that, and I was like, yes.
Yeah, so that was a rundown of all the songs you have so far. Again, big congratulations
Thank
to
you.
I'm very proud of you. And what's your favorite?
My favorite song?
Choosing like between babies.
No, literally. I think Safe I was the most proud of because it was all from me, and there was like a lot more like background harmonies, and I think I layered the most things. But it also just felt very real to me in the moment. It came from such vulnerability because I felt so broken down from the whole process of auditioning. But I think for me to listen to on my own, Special is probably what I've actually listened to the most. Like, I'll go to the gym and I'll be on the treadmill and I'll listen to all of Special and also because it's like, it has a beat to it.
Yes,
so I'm like,
it does.
Oh, I'm special. I'm wonderful.
Literally.
Yeah, so that one, I think that's my mom's favorite too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds the most like a legit like singer. I'm like, wait, I'm professional. Yeah, I'm special.
Yes.
Cool. Yeah.
When you want to write a song, what is the process? Like, do you just think of something and just
okay,
write it
so
down, or?
Well, I think this would be easier if I had music theory because I wouldn't have to fiddle around on guitar for so long, knowing what I want to make. Usually, I'll come in with a concept for it, like what I want the whole song to be about, because it'll be inspired by something in my life. and then I'll play around on guitar until I find some kind of like picking or chord pattern or whatever that I like, and then I'll do the lyrics and melody kind of together after that. I don't usually come up with melody before, which maybe I could, and then if I had more theory. Everything is, I need to learn music.
Goes back to theory.
Yeah.
What has been the best part about your journey so far and something you've learned?
I think the best part of my journey is when I get to actually play live and see the people that are supporting me in person. So when I got to play my show for my EP, that was so cool to just see a room of people that came for me. Because it was my show and I was the one promoting it. They were all mostly friends and family. There was like one or two that I didn't actually know personally. They were people from my life, but knowing that people would show up and support me, that was a big deal.
Yes, I did want to talk about that too. Oh my gosh.
I know, it's like we go forever.
Yeah. So for those of you who didn't know, she was able to perform live.
Yes, I played at the Heatley. Yes.
She has a TikTok that was all about sending an email and how all it took to do the show was just sending that email.
Yeah.
And I thought it was so powerful. Because
emails!
Yeah. Because like when I booked with Renaissance Cafe, all I had to do was send a DM.
Yeah.
And I think that can go a long way for lots of people because it just shows that so much success and so much big things can happen just by a single email. You can talk about your experience doing that.
Yeah. I played at an open mic they were doing for like songwriters at the Heatley. And so that's how I knew that the venue existed. I have not been to many Vancouver venues in general. I need to see more live music other than like the Vogue Theater where all the famous people go. But yeah, so I knew that it existed, and then I was thinking that I really wanted to play a show in the summer because I knew I wanted to work on my EP in the summer and that it was a big goal for me and that it would be very cool to play a show the same day it comes out and have it be like my release show. I'd never played anything that was like a show where it's just me and like people are coming to just see me. I've only really done like, I'm playing one or two songs here or there or in like a musical or something. So I just emailed them and I asked them if that'd be a possibility. I told them what it was, and then they just send you the contract. I didn't even have to sell a certain amount of tickets or anything. Do you have to pay for the sound engineer? So maybe I guess like 10 people would have to come because it's like $100 that has to go to the sound engineer, and then you get whatever profit comes after that. So I think the profit was like $120, and I gave half of that to the people that were opening for me. I had one girl, Cleo Luna June, shout out, which a friend suggested her. He knew her because I put on my Instagram story I was looking for an opener, which is normally, so if you ever want to do anything with me, follow me on Instagram because that's where I always post. I'm like, guys, who wants to do this? But yeah, so I had the opener do about 20 minutes, I think, or half an hour, and then I did about an hour I played all my music and 3 or 4 cover songs as well. Yeah, like, honestly, just reaching out to places normally is easier than you expect, especially for, like, booking things. Like, I'm doing a show. Should I say this now?
Yeah.
Or later? Okay. January 6th, Tuesday, January 6th, in Vancouver, I'm playing at the Roxy. There's 4 groups, including me. There's me and then 3 bands. I'm playing solo. But this, I booked. This is the biggest venue I've played at because on Instagram, a company reached out to me that books through the Roxy and a bunch of places in Vancouver, and they send dates to artists that are on their list. I don't know how I got on their list. I'm not really sure, but I get sent their like open slots, and then you can sign up to play at any of them. I'm supposed to sell about 30 tickets, so
it is going to be on the 6th, so 2 days after this is posted.
Yes.
Is there any chance anyone can watch still?
Yeah.
Yeah?
You can buy tickets at the door or online.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Guys, I really hope I can show up. But
Yes.
if you guys can, show up.
Yeah, in Vancouver at the Roxy, January 6th.
Yes, and I'll link all the info below.
Yes,
Right?
amazing.
So, very excited for you there. Yeah, I think what you said earlier was being able to perform.
Yeah.
And now you're here about to do your second ever live show.
Yes,
So-
indeed. It'll be more people that I don't know than I do know, so that'll be different. So we'll see.
Yeah,
It's
I
a
think it's a
different
good
venue.
learning experience.
Yeah.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years or future?
Oh my gosh, and I wish I knew. I don't know what my end goal is. I know that I really want to tour with my music eventually, and that is a big life goal. I don't know realistically how long that would take. I would hope that in 5 years I can do that, and that might rely on me learning more guitar.
Theory.
Music theory, the demon in the back of my mind. Yeah, might rely on that. But yeah, I really want to, one, tour with my music. I want to be in a film or short film, something of that, or a movie where I get to sing or play music in. Because that would be, you know what, that's my ultimate goal, is being in a movie where I'm playing a musician in the movie.
Aww.
Because that's what I like. Like, I like the live aspect as well, but like musical theater, I just really like music and acting. So if I could do that in film, I think that would fulfill me the most.
Amazing.
Yes.
So guys, watch your screens.
Yes.
Hopefully she'll be up. No, I know you'll be up there.
Well, at least be in one, but I don't know where it'll come out. Lay Me by the Shore next year.
Yes.
But they're going to film festivals first, so who knows?
And I do know that a lot of like smaller artists can go on tour like pretty quickly in their music careers.
Like, technically, you can just book at venues, and then you
Yeah.
could drive like, I could just drive myself around BC and say it's a
Yeah.
tour. So maybe I'll do that. Maybe next year I'll do that. You just
So
need people to show up. So that's the issue.
So looking forward to it though. I
Thank you.
literally cannot wait. What advice would you give to anyone that wants to start music?
I would say that even when you're not good at producing and you're not good at playing, and so that like you're scared of recording something because it's not going to be perfect, or you want your big debut to be the most amazing thing, you're going to learn from your failures, and playing it safe and waiting till you're ready means that you're probably never going to do it. I've never felt ready to really release my songs. I have a really hard time listening to them now because then I see everything I could improve on, or like any little thing where I'm like, oh, I was kind of flat on that note. But literally, who cares? You're not listening for that when you listen to a song. You're listening for the authenticity and the realness of it. If you just wanted auto-tune, listen to ChatGPT music. Like, what? So yeah, don't wait until you're ready for everything. Like, don't take off more than you can chew where you're going to stress yourself out, but just be willing to put yourself out there and be willing to fail, and don't let embarrassment be the thing that's setting you back.
Yeah. Amazing. And I think even in your Yap sessions, you always say that you're going to continue singing no matter if you mess up.
Yeah, you're singing,
so-
exactly, instant forgiveness. Like,
Yeah.
if you're going to, when you're performing, especially when you're performing live, you hit a wrong note, you got to keep going.
Exactly.
Same thing in life.
Even as a viewer myself, I really love authenticity, and I love when
Yeah.
people mess up because it's just, you know, you're human.
People would rather authenticity than like a clean product,
right?
because nobody relates to something that's perfect.
Mm-hmm.
They can envy it, but no one's going to feel seen by you if you were only putting out perfect products, which I think art is not to make people envy you. That'd be kind of stupid.
Yeah. Let's close it off now with a chance for you to plug anything, link anything.
Yes.
Talk about anything coming up.
Amazing. Okay, we
Yeah.
talked about the Roxy, January 6th. I will be playing a 30-minute set. And I have a music video and song for Isn't It Enough that will be out, at the end of January. I don't have a date yet because it depends how long it takes to edit the music video. But those are the two as of now. You can follow me on Instagram and TikTok and YouTube at Rebecca.Vander-Zalm.
Yes.
And that will have all my stuff and updates for anything new.
Yeah. And then we can listen to your songs on Spotify.
Yes, I'm
Apple
out on all
Music.
streaming platforms under Rebecca Vander Zalm. And yeah, I think anything that you listen to music on, it would be there.
Perfect. So that is going to be a wrap for our episode. I'd just like to thank you so much
Thank
again
you for having
being
me.
here. I'm gonna give you a little hug.
Yes.
Yeah, I think you're awesome, and
You're
I
awesome.
See you. I
Hey.
see you doing so many big things this year, especially. I think it's so perfect to have you on in the beginning because let's just
Yes,
watch
start
her
the
growth.
year.
Let's watch her growth all the way from now to the end of the year. I think it's going to be so awesome, and I have such high hopes for you, and I know
Thank
everyone
you.
will as well. And I congratulate you for all you do and for your courage and putting yourself out there because that's awesome. And I hope you have a wonderful time when you go back to school as well, back in New Jersey. And I can't wait to see all the things you do over there. And I hope you get to learn music theory.
Yeah, I hope I lock in.
And for you guys, I hope you have a wonderful, fresh start to the year.
Yes.
Again, thank you so much for being here. And I will see you guys in the next episode. Bye.
Thank you.